All right, so today we're going to dive into something pretty intense.
Yeah.
We're looking at South Korea,
Okay.
and big news out of there. Recently, a court just approved the arrest of their president, Yoon Suk Yeol,
Wow.
and it's all tied up with this martial law investigation.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know about you, but this already sounds kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, no kidding. A sitting president
Yeah.
arrested. That's
That's a big deal.
it is a big deal.
Luckily, we've got an expert here with us today
Here I am.
to break it all down. So when you hear about this, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I mean, I think the first thing is just how unusual this is. Arresting a sitting president, like you said, it's pretty rare,
Yeah.
especially in a country like South Korea with,
Yeah.
they've got a pretty well-established democracy and all that.
Right. Yeah, they're not a new democracy or anything.
Not at all.
So for something like this to happen, it's got to be serious.
Yeah, and it really, I think, kind of highlights the checks and balances that are in place in a democracy. The
Yeah.
fact that no one is above the law, not even the president, it's a pretty powerful statement.
It's almost like the system itself is like, wait a minute, hold on, let's
Yeah,
make sure everything's running the way it's supposed to.
exactly.
But before we get too far into that, I think we got to unpack this whole martial law investigation thing,
Yeah.
because that sounds kind of scary.
It does have a kind of ominous ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, think about it. Martial law is essentially like the military taking over,
Right.
suspending your normal civil liberties and, running things with an iron fist.
Yeah, not great.
Not a great situation. No. And especially in a country like South Korea, it brings up a lot of baggage. It's a very sensitive topic there.
So wait, are you saying South Korea has actually been through martial law before?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They've had periods in their history where they were under military rule. And those periods were often marked by, oppression, human rights violations, all that kind of stuff.
So no wonder it's such a touchy subject.
Yeah, exactly. Those scars, they run deep, and any mention of martial law is going to set off alarm bells.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we've got martial law, this super sensitive issue in South Korea.
Right.
And we've got their president who's now facing an arrest warrant, and it's all kind of connected somehow.
It is.
So what's the link? What are they actually saying Yoon did?
Well, the details are still a little fuzzy, but the investigation seems to be looking into Yoon's actions and,
Okay.
trying to figure out if there's any connection to this whole martial law history.
So potentially some shady stuff going on.
Potentially, yeah. We'll have to see how it all plays out.
Okay, so just to recap, we've got this president maybe involved in something related to martial law,
Yep.
which is a huge deal in South Korea.
Huge.
And now the court's saying, okay, we need to arrest this guy.
It's a big step.
Yeah, what kind of fallout are we expecting here? How are people in South Korea reacting to all this?
I mean, I think it's going to be pretty explosive. You're going to have people who are going to be praising the court,
Right.
saying that they're holding power accountable. And then you're going to have others who are going to see this as a purely political move.
Yeah, just trying to take him down.
Exactly. And it could lead to protests, deepen the political divides that already exist,
Oh, for sure.
and really shake people's faith in the system.
It's like the whole country is just holding its breath, waiting to see what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
it's a pivotal moment for sure.
Okay, so to sum it all up, President Yoon's arrest warrant, which is connected to this really heavy issue of martial law,
Yeah,
it's basically turned South Korean politics upside down.
pretty much.
And the big question is what happens next?
Exactly. Will this be a turning point for the better, or is it just going to create more chaos down the road?
That's a great question.
And one we'll all be watching closely, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And for our listeners out there, I mean, keep an eye on this story.
Definitely.
It's a good reminder that democracy is always a work in progress.
Always.
And situations like this, they really force us to confront how complex it all is.
Absolutely.
And think about what it really means, for a country to be a democracy.
Yeah, and how fragile those systems can be.
Exactly.
And how important it is to protect them.
Yeah, so this is definitely something that's not just happening over there in South Korea. It's something that, has implications for democracies all around the world.
It does.
So keep that in mind as you're following this story.
And, think about what would happen if something like this happened in your country.
Yeah, what would you do?
How would you react?
Those are some good questions to think about.
For sure.
All right, well, that's about all the time we have for today.
Great talking about this.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Looking forward to it.
All right, see you later.
See ya.